Hello, everyone, and happy Wednesday and happy holidays. Today I'm just going to show off and share a little bit of my home decorated, and most especially my tree. Um, the little kitten that we have here has done quite a lot to the tree. It's looking kind of worse for the wear at this point. My angel up here, her optic wings are not all lit up because something got unplugged there in the back that I have to kind of get on my hands and knees and take care of. So unfortunately, she's looking pretty up there, but not as pretty as when her wings are lit up and changing colors. We have some snowflakes on the walls. These we made with the kids throughout the years, and I have some hanging around by the tree. We used to hang those all over the house. I have a box of them. But the girls are older now, and they were usually the ones that kind of got up on the stool and kind of put them floating all over, so they're not all over this year. But our tree is, I think, what you would call a traditional tree, as it has almost every single ornament on it has some sort of sentimental value to our family. There's a lot of things from my childhood. There's ornaments that were off of my grandparents' and great-grandparents' tree, and aunts and uncles, and gifts, all the children's baby ornaments. We have Santa going south here. That was one I gave my grandparents the year they were moving from upstate New York they had built a house in North Carolina. That was a pretty significant year for me. My grandfather had managed Nabisco. Yes, Nabisco, the cracker cookie company. Yes, it was wonderful growing up. I got trunkfuls of our favorite crackers and cookies. I love my favorite crackers was the vegetable thins, and my favorite cookie was those, forget what you call them, those thin chocolate wafers. Love those, still do. So yeah, this is like this one is one of those sand dollar ornaments from Gabe's Pop Pop and Joy. My husband's father and stepmom, they sent that for his first Christmas. They thought it looked a lot like him. He used to be really into the cars. That's the cars ornament. This was the first ornament ever I had for my original Christmas tree, which we retired 2 years ago. I had that tree for about 20 years. And this was our first Christmas. This was me and my first husband's Christmas. And that was the first. I have a picture of us together hanging that ornament. So, yep, there's stuff, just all sorts of stuff on this tree. And when we decorate it with the kids, they love to go through each ornament and talk about, whose it was or is and where it came from and what's the story behind it. That's a family tradition that we have and we cherish. There's several of these Christmas tree, and I'm assuming that these were like a generic type of ornament way back in the I don't even know, 40. They were off my grandparents' tree, possibly even my great-grandparents. I have to ask my mom about that. We have Tweety Bird. There's a lot of Tweety Bird because I love Tweety Bird. So through the years, the kids have given me Tweety Bird ornaments. This was from Noelle. She made in kindergarten. Gabriel made this. I love this because I did grow up celebrating both Christmas and Hanukkah. gave me that in preschool. He also made that in preschool. He made that in preschool. Yeah, there's just lots, you know, that just symbolize things. Obviously, I can't go through, you know, every ornament on my tree, but we'll just take around. Oh, this was on my tree growing up, this elf on the ladder. And he just kind of, you know, sat in there. And I used to just love to hide him in different places in the tree. So, yeah, that was fun. This was off my grandparents' tree, something that I gave them growing up. So just showing it all. Down here we do have a small nativity scene, and this I just acquired through the years. I had a much larger one and then a whole elaborate scene. However, with the kids and all the animals and everything, I just don't do a big thing under the tree anymore. But of course, it's very important for us to have out something that symbolizes why we celebrate Christmas, which is the birth of Christ. So we have Mary and Joseph and baby Jesus in the manger, which has a little light. And there's two, I think they're calves next to it. So, what else? There was another one on here that, well, like I said, they all have a story, but there was one in particular, and now I'm having a brain freeze here. I can't remember. I actually started making this video, and then my camera cut off, and I said I don't want to have to stitch videos. Let me just make a whole one. So I almost kind of went through all this kind of ridiculously. And I don't want to show my entire house, but we decorate the banister. We have the children's stockings hung here. My oldest daughter, Amber, has the Grinch stocking. It actually has a little button and it plays the Grinch music. It was just her stocking before I had ordered, you know, the kids with their names, and, you know, she wanted to have her, you know, original stocking. You'll have to excuse the wall here. Has a splash of some sort of paint that I cannot get off from Gabriel. This is my grandparents. They passed away several years ago, but this is my nanny and my papi. So that's on a Christmas decoration. That's always there, but and I did have a wall in my living room full of pictures, which does have my parents, but they're still packed from the thought we were moving. So a lot of things are not back up on the walls. And down here I brought in, nobody's in this basket right now because the kitten was sleeping in this basket. You might be able to hear him meowing. He's now up in Destiny's room because he woke up and went right up the tree. But I did bring out Kenzie and Asir, and they are here looking at the Christmas tree, looking oh so cute. And Mr. Asir here is not in his Christmas outfit at the moment. He's just in this little soft baby Gap outfit. It was a thrift shop find, but it's so nice and soft and just so cozy. It was so cold the other night, and I just wanted to put him in something cozy. So anyway, I just grabbed two babies and brought them out here, just so you saw some babies in this Reborn video. Oh, you hear Chloe. She's actually playing with her Christmas mouse. It's an old, ratty, squeaky Christmas mouse. I'm going to show off my Christmas. Do you think Santa will bring you something new, Chloe? Chloe has, woof, there you go. Chloe has an overflowing basket of toys there. And she plays with them all. You know, they're not there just for show. She goes in that basket and takes out and plays with her toys. She's a playful one. She's stubborn as a mule sometimes, but she's playful. And what else can I show decorative for Christmas? The table here, which I'm sorry, it has pretzel crumbs from my son, but this little bear kind of on a fish was my parents'. For several years, they had more of a kind of like a rustic log cabin-y look going on. And then when my mom kind of gets tired of one theme, everything that I want gets sent to me. And this coffee table I made, well, I didn't make, but I finished this old storage chest, vintage storage chest. This was one of my winter projects. It was one of my neighbors. I actually have 3 of them, but this was the one size appropriate to do this with. Her grandparents brought their belongings over on the boat from Ireland in this. And I finished it and stained it. I did the inside of it because it's a chest. It opens up. I put wheels on the bottom of it. And then I finally ordered... Sorry, guys. I finally ordered glass, you know, for the top of it to make it into a coffee table. And inside is all of, or not all of, a lot of my children's baby albums and baby books, and a few little books and things that had sentimental value when they were little. And I have things like that in other places as well, but there. And I'm sorry, guys, that I'm covering you as I'm kind of going across, like, you know, my son's room is down that way. I just, you know, I feel like I don't want to invade my family's privacy into, like, bedrooms and things, which is why, you know, you're covered for a minute as I'm going past things. And I'm going to, speaking of covering you, I'm going to take you for a little ride. So you'll have to excuse my hand for a moment. But there is definitely something in here that really symbolizes Christmas to me. And these are my 3 wise men. They were my grandparents. They were always in their home when I was growing up. They were something that was out and down on a table and tangible to me. I believe they are made of like some sort of wood with like a lacquer paint. They're just gorgeous. And I was able to, you know, not play with them when I was a child, but I was able to touch them and look at them. And, you know, they were just, the 3 wise men just meant Christmas to me. They were just some kind of magic to me when I was a child. If you could see this one, like his beautiful, look at the colors, the pink robe and the, I forget that's what that's called that they wear on their head there. But, you know, the robes and the jewels on the boxes of the gifts they bring to Jesus or brought to Jesus. They're just, I don't know, there's just something about them that's just so enchanting and magical to me and just really brings the feeling of Christmas to me. And I do not have much from my grandparents. You know, there was just some family things that I am not going to get into. and I asked for a few things that really have no monetary value, but very great sentimental value to me. And I am very grateful that I did get those few things, the wise men being one of them, that my mom's brother had packed up in North Carolina and sent. And I have my amazing memories. My childhood, my grandparents were, just wonderful people to me. I'm sorry, I was just shutting off. And up here, it's a little messy because the kids have some headphones and stuff. But, oh, there's a few of Kimberly's candy canes in here. This is just a crystal sleigh that it's real crystal. And I loved it. I picked it up at a thrift shop. And of course, we have some stuff in here, sitting here. But this is Santa's milk and cookie plate. And if you notice, it is Tweety. It is a Tweety bird set. It was gotten at the Warner Brothers store when they were still open. So this always goes out, and Santa's milk and cookies. And our elf on the shelf, Elf Stanley, is hiding on the lava lamp today. We have a little frog in here. Anyways, and the walls are looking kind of beat up underneath here, so you'll have to excuse, but that's what's up there. And we'll wind up back in here. Oh, and I have this great, I'm not going to bring you over on the whole section of the wall by the TV because the sugar gliders cages are over there and stuff, but I just brought down my Nutcracker, who stands next to the TV. Isn't he some kind of cool? This I have down that my kids, well, especially Gabe, because he's younger, likes to touch and play with, and that's why I don't have the Wiseman down right now. While Gabe is young, they're irreplaceable. So they are up high. I was standing on a stool, actually, showing them to you on the cabinet. So I think I about covered it. I think I covered the tour and what I wanted to show. And again, I just, I don't want to invade my family's privacy totally, as this will be up on YouTube and completely, public. So not that I mind sharing some of my home, but I feel like my children and my husband, this is my thing to do, and I shouldn't invade everyone's privacy. Now we hear Mr. Little Kitten meowing up there. Oh yes, that's got me thinking. So we have something on the tree. Oh, here she is. This little angel, I found the first year we were living here, digging in the garden, and the people that owned this house before we were living in it, they raised 16 children in this house, and from all the stories that I hear from the neighbors, and we do know a few of their children, one in particular. They were pretty amazing people. So I cleaned that up out of the garden, the little angel that I just showed you. And I wrote on the back of it, and it goes on our tree every year to honor them. I think the mom actually died right inside this home in my bedroom. So I think, and then, the husband passed away while they were living here. So, this was their home that, again, they raised 16 children, and this is not a huge house. I don't know how they raised 16 children in here. And it was even smaller when they had it. There was a little small addition put on. So amazing, just amazing. And I know there were some pretty amazing people. So one last thing that I did want to add is, please, everyone, have a safe holiday. something that's very important to me as I am going on my 10th year of sobriety is people being safe and not drinking and driving. As bad of an alcoholic as I was, I just had this line that I would not cross. It was just so ingrained in me, not to drink and drive. I could have my vehicle sitting in the driveway and like run out of liquor, and I would walk, I would hitchhike. I mean, it was ridiculous the lengths that I went to, but I would not get behind that wheel. And I am just very adamant about that. So many people lose their lives to drunk drivers every year, always on New Year's, and sometimes New Year's Eve, and sometimes on other holidays. I will post on my Facebook offering rides, both myself and my husband, for rides for anyone who has found themselves in the position that they have been drinking, or someone they're with has been drinking and that's their ride. We will come and pick you up, drive you to wherever you want to go, and take you back to your car the next day. Absolutely no questions asked. And that goes up on my Facebook and reaches my friends and family and whoever else. You know, I've got quite a few following. So whoever is local enough that we can get to, we will do that. You know, especially on New Year's. We stay home New Year's to be available to do that. And there has been a few years that our services were needed and appreciated. Anyhow, so everyone, please think about that. If I could just, you know, make one person think twice, you know, there's just stay where you are, call a cab, you know, there's so many people that would be happy to just give you a ride, get you back to your car, as opposed to you being on the road. You know, my loved ones are out there, your loved ones are out there, precious children are out there, you know, precious people, their lives, you know, are out there, and it's just so senseless to have someone lose their life in a tragedy like that. So at the holidays especially, because we do see, you know, that going on, again, I like to remind people, so... All right, everyone, and of course, why we celebrate Christmas. And I would love to, which of course, again, is the birth of Christ. We wouldn't have Christmas otherwise. So I'd love to hear all about why you celebrate Christmas, or whatever holiday you celebrate, you know, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, whatever it is, what your family traditions are, how you celebrate, why you celebrate. I would love to hear from everyone. All right, everyone, have a safe and very happy holidays. God bless.